I have to let you all in on a slightly embarrassing secret. I thought printing meant we were about to dive into a new printer setup. Think driver software and network printers. Grateful I was wrong. My first Python lesson out the gate. Learn the language. Printing is foundational. It's about communication, what we output, how it's formatted, and using clear outputs to inform actions. Python code and business share communication in common. For both, clear outputs inform decision-making, and when outputs are ambiguous, decisions become impossible. For example, looking at these visuals, same data, formatted differently. One leads to confusion, one leads to insight. That's the power of print and why I'm sharing my learnings with you today. So come with me on a journey where we'll apply print concepts to a real-world business use case, starting by grounding ourselves in basics about print and how to code clear output. First, we'll learn the key elements of the print function. Number one, arguments. They're the elements we want printed. Variables, strings, numbers, anything. Then we've got separators, which control what appears between those elements, like commas or spaces. Finally, n determines what happens after a print line. Do we stay on the same line? Do we drop to a new one? The left-hand example shows 4 different arguments printed with a custom space separator. Notice extra control over spacing helps shape the clarity and customization of final output. On the right, we leverage that customization on the end behavior. It adds done check mark without creating a new line. Small tweak and tons of practical uses, as we'll see soon. Now that we're grounded in basics, let's level up. F-strings, or formatted string literals, give us the power to build outputs by combining more complicated variables, expressions, and text, all in one clean line. On the left, we estimate a subtotal, calculate tax, and return a final output formatted with 2 decimals. On the right, formatting really shines. We adjust spacing, alignment, and even percentage style. These small touches create real-world value and clear outputs that can be used in other applications. And this formatting power becomes even more valuable in real business scenarios, like receipts, invoices, and reporting. So now an application, receipt math. First, we define our variables, price, quantity, and tax rate. Next, we format a basic print line using separators and ends. Then we apply F-strings to refine the output, formatting numbers, percentages, and currency. We even debug using a test variable to help verify our logic before the output prints. The result? A crisp, clear, easy-to-read receipt summary showing number of items, subtotal, tax rate, and total. Clear, concise, business-ready output. Now, bringing it home, what we learned. I kicked off with my embarrassing secret, one I trust some of you can relate to. Then we dug into the essential print elements, arguments, separators, end, and F-strings. And finally, we applied everything to a real-world business example, receipt math. So why does this all matter, you ask? I see 3 reasons. It saves time, because clear outputs reduce code overwrites and rewrites. It informs decisions. Clear outputs mean faster business actions. And it builds confidence. Debugging code early prevents downstream errors. This lesson left me with two final reflections to consider as the course continues. Number one, what does thorough debugging look like in more complex code? And how can we make sure outputs are always professor ready before they go public? I'm really excited to keep digging in with Python and trust you'll leave with an aha moment too. Thanks for listening.